What's going on, man? What's going on, man? What's going on, man? If you're looking for somebody to entertain you, make you feel good, make you laugh, you know, and many more, what's going on, man? You tune in with your boy Kel, and I'm the guy you're looking for. What's going on, man? Hey, man, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to the little old Kel. You know what I'm saying? We up today. We got some bangers. Stay tuned. We got some bangers. We got some real deal bangers. But before we start, you know what time it is. Shout out to the W. Yeah, I see it. The W. Hey, man, go to W.com, man. And when you go to W.com and you see what you like and what you want, type in that discount code, man. You did. Capital Y, capital A, capital D, capital I, capital G, man. Get that 10% off. I know you want it. You ain't gotta lie. Hey. You ain't gotta lie. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to it, man. All righty. All right. So our first video is going to be the craziest courthouse moments of all time. Let's see what they got jumping for us, okay? Let's get to it.
This is Scott Nelson, who is facing first-degree murder charges after killing a nanny in Orlando, Florida.
So you committed the worst possible crime.
Nelson was recently released from a 25-year prison sentence for a bank robbery. After he was let go from his painting job, he decided to plan another robbery. Nelson broke into a house with a knife where a nanny was working as a caregiver. He kidnapped her, threw her in the trunk, and drove to a local ATM so he could withdraw cash. Nelson then drove to a remote location and stabbed her to death before ditching her body and the car, where he was later arrested. On trial, Nelson argued that the government was
Lock them up. Simple.
to blame.
You bought zip ties.
Yes, I did.
You bought duct tape.
That'd be correct.
You bought a knife.
I sure did. I bought that material because I had a plan in mind of how I was going to survive being thrown on the street again for what, the third or was it the fourth time by the government? And you know, you kick a dog enough times, they tend to bite back.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And really, they just don't care anymore.
Nelson continues testifying, showing no emotion, and finally admits to the murder.
Somebody was going to pay for how you've been treated.
That is very accurate.
Who killed Jennifer Fulford?
I did.
He took the stand during the penalty phase.
And he had no
This is
remorse.
what
That's
he had to
crazy.
say.
How has your mental health been affected by your previous incarceration?
I am a homicidal maniac.
In the end, Nelson was found guilty of first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison.
As you should, man.
This is John Bunn. He spent 27 years wrongfully convicted of murder.
I'm an innocent man, Your Honor, and I have always been an innocent man.
While living in Brooklyn, New York, Bunn was only 14 years old when he was arrested by NYPD detective Louis Scarcella. Bunn later spent 16 years behind bars and then 11 years out on parole, where he still fought to prove his innocence. Then finally, his conviction was overturned based on the wrongdoing of Detective Scarcella and the fact that there wasn't even probable cause to arrest Bunn in the first place.
I want y'all to know that y'all convicted and had a wrong man in prison.
And after 27 years of fighting to clear his name, he is finally exonerated.
I want to say thank you, Your Honor, because in 27 years, I've been fighting for my life.
But before he leaves the courtroom, he has a moment with the judge.
Bunn later filed a lawsuit against
That's crazy, man.
the city of New York and Detective Scarcella. This is Alan McCarthy.
Bro, imagine being convicted 27 years and you didn't do anything. Oh my God. 27 years, man.
who was
since he was
arrested
14.
and charged after making death threats to a judge. In a child custody case, a judge ruled against McCarty and took away his children. His erratic behavior towards the judge continued into his court appearances.
My daddy owns the building and I look like a f***ing idiot, huh? Brought your dress today, you little f***ing prick. You wanna take my kids from me and act like that? You and that shut the up. I'm trying to think over here.
Let's go into church and we're gonna pray for these niggas. Have mercy, Jesus.
After McCarty was found guilty for the original threats made to a judge, we now move on to the sentencing.
What a bunch of guys, you stupid piece of then also you threatened my life. In the you back room. Suck my no. I'm not standing. Not resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm just not standing up. I'm not standing. I don't have to stand.
McCarty is
I ain't gonna lie, that's the most petty stuff. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If I was trying to be petty, I'd do the same thing. For one thing, why is the girl, helping? No offense to the women. Hey, y'all independent, y'all strong. But there's another man right there. Let him do that, man. I know that man. That man look hefty.
moved to another room to watch the court through a one-way glass, and he continues on making a disturbance. McCarty was sentenced to 20 years in prison. The judge also issued an additional 10-day sentence due to his actions in the courtroom. This is Markeith Lloyd, who is convicted of murdering a police officer in Orlando, Florida.
I'm raised in a relationship, but somehow I have absolutely don't know nothing about, and they framed me.
Lloyd was already on the run from the police after he killed his former girlfriend, who was pregnant with his child. A month later, Lloyd
tweaking.
is spotted in a Walmart. You can see him walking in. Moments later, Orlando police
killed his
Lieutenant
pregnant
Deborah
girlfriend,
Clayton
bro.
pulls in.
You're a
You can see
wicked
her
person,
grab
bro.
a cart and walk in. Reportedly, they cross paths every few minutes. Outside the store, Lieutenant Clayton was notified, and she tried to stop and arrest Lloyd when a shootout begun. Lieutenant Clayton was killed during the interaction, being shot 4 times. Following the murder, Lloyd took off again, which led to a 9-day manhunt, where he was later found. During the arrest, he tried to escape, where he lost his left eye in the altercation. Here in court, Lloyd took the stand. Reportedly, he believed everyone was out to kill him.
And I was just reacting, Mary. I was just reacting. Even when they opened the door, I just reacted. I fired 2 shots, I just reacted.
The jury then found him guilty.
It really hurts deep down inside.
This is Lieutenant Clayton's sister giving a victim impact statement.
She stood in the place as my mother when I didn't have one. I truly miss my sister. I truly miss her.
And this is the moment that Lloyd hears that the jury unanimously recommends the death sentence.
We, the jury, unanimously find that the defendant, Markeith Lloyd, should be sentenced to death.
Lloyd seems to mouth something out to the public. A few moments later, Lloyd has an outburst.
You've been trying to kill me. People try to bring me for murder.
All right, why don't we remove Mr. Lloyd from the courtroom?
The judge later agreed with the jury and sent Lloyd to death, where he now sits behind bars waiting for his death sentence.
That's crazy, man.
This is Daryl Brooks, who is convicted of killing 6 people and injuring dozens of others. After he
Yo, hold up. What did bro do? Hold up.
drove his SUV into a Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Bro, a Christmas parade, bro? He need to go see Jesus.
Reportedly, during his reckless driving, he reached speeds of over 30 miles per hour, and the prosecution argued that his driving rampage was intentional.
He plowed through 68 different people. He kept going
68
until he got to the
people,
end,
bro.
and
What?
there was no more bodies to hit. It was intentional.
After Brooks was arrested and charged, Brooks decided to represent
Why
himself
he do that,
in
man?
court.
He got to
If
explain.
you are allowed to represent yourself in this case, sir, you will not have attorneys assisting you. They are gone from this case. Do you understand that?
I think I will probably be better served representing myself.
Throughout the trial, Brooks was removed multiple times for constant interruptions and outbursts. It was here that his real personality was shown when he starts to laugh during a witness testimony.
He told Erica that he was gonna find her and he was gonna kill her.
Now, back in the courtroom, Brooks has an outburst as he didn't like how the district attorney pronounced the word defendant.
I would like to provide the defendant and the court.
So that had to be said. The defendant. I got one ear that work and I heard that.
This
Come on, man. What they got going on?
Ain't none of this to benefit me.
And now,
Bro,
Brooks is
tweaking,
clearly
man.
frustrated.
He had no business.
He decides to have a stare down with the judge.
What? I need to take a break. This man right now is having a stare down with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly,
I think they need to send him to
The jury
the
quickly found Brooks guilty of all 76 charges against him,
cuckoo
and he
spot.
was given 6 life sentences, plus more than 7
6 life. Oh my goodness, sir. I mean, hey, you gonna die and it still be there. Goodness.
100 additional years in
100 years. Come on, bro.
This is Jaleel Smith Riley in a Cincinnati,
And he ain't even. I might have to look this up, man, because I want to know why he did it though. Like, you feel me? Wow.
Ohio courtroom, who police say confessed to a robbery killing a 20-year-old woman and seriously wounding her boyfriend. Portia Brooks was in her car with her boyfriend Aaron Martin when Smith Riley came up to her car with 2 others looking to rob them. When Smith Riley found out Martin didn't have any cash, he was shot in the head, leaving him with permanent brain damage. Smith Riley then shot at Brooks, which killed her 3 days later.
Sorry. Go back on This is what I come up with this.
This is somebody that feels genuine remorse. This is somebody that thinks about this every day, and he knows that he can't go back in time and undo what he did.
Now, Portia Brooks' mother delivers a victim impact statement.
But he killed me mentally, emotionally. He killed my identity as a mother of 3, as a family of 4.
This is now Brooks' sister speaking.
I have to deal with life without Portia, so he should deal with life without parole.
This is moments right before Jaleel Smith Riley
Done
gets
for
the
my boy.
news that he will never be allowed to return.
She was
home
cold with
again.
that one.
Defendant serve a term of life without parole. As to count 4.
Come on now, my boy. Hey, you know what? I'm going to give you grace, man. Because, for one thing, you deserve it, my boy. But I can only imagine how I would feel if someone, if the judge gave me life. Oh, my God. I ain't going to lie. I'll probably pass out. No cap.
For the offense of attempted murder.
This is Michael Brady, who attempted a prison escape that resulted in the death of 4 prison workers at Pasquotank Correctional Institution in North Carolina.
I stabbed him.
North Carolina. And the way Big Bruh's smiling doing all that. Nothing but a demon. I rebuke you. I rebuke you, sir.
Like 4 to 8 times I hit Jeffrey Howe until he stopped moving. I don't know how many times I hit him with a hammer.
Brady was facing 24 years in prison for an attempted murder conviction after he shot at a North Carolina state trooper. And 4 years into his sentence, Brady and 3 other inmates brutally murdered 4 prison workers with hammers and scissors.
That man, Michael Brady, beat that man, George Midget, like he was trying to bust concrete.
Brady then tried to hop a fence, but then was captured at gunpoint.
It was like a bloodbath, and I stepped in between Jeffrey and Wendy.
All right, come on, bro. What you doing, man?
I slid trying to get in because the whole elevator floor was nothing but blood.
During the trial, the prosecutors argued that Brady was the one who planned the attack and had no remorse for the killings.
He don't seem like he got any remorse, man. That's messed up, man.
After Brady is found guilty, he now takes the stand at his sentencing.
I'm up here to tell the truth. You can ask me anything you want. I'm gonna tell the truth. Whether it hurts me, whether it helps me, I don't care about that.
You don't believe you're crazy, do you?
No, I don't think I'm crazy, no.
And you do know the difference between right and wrong?
Yes.
So you know murder is wrong.
Murder is a different name for a death, but yes.
Your freedom meant more than their lives.
Yes.
And now the judge reads out the jury's recommendation.
Jury unanimously recommending that the defendant be sentenced to death.
Brady seems completely emotionless, and the judge later
That makes
agrees
sense.
on the death penalty, where he now
That makes
sits
sense. Give him
locked
the
up
death
in
penalty.
Colorado,
I
awaiting
don't think
his
he need to
death
be in the
sentence.
prison.
This is Franklin Williams, who is convicted of multiple felonies, including armed robberies and fleeing police in Cleveland, Ohio.
Again, I'm going to interrupt. Mr. Williams, listen to me. I'm going to gag you in 1 second.
Williams can.
Hey, Judge, I know this is serious, but no Diddy. You gotta say no Diddy, my boy. Just saying.
Conducted 3 armed robberies before leading police on a high-speed chase. He was later arrested and convicted. Now, at his sentencing, Williams would not stop talking, despite more than a dozen warnings from the judge.
That means zip it right now. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. That's a violation of the HIPAA law, Judge.
Here we go.
This resulted in the judge ordering Williams' mouth to be taped shut.
If you spit on, attempt to bite, or injure any of my deputies, you're going to have a bad day.
Here's what it is.
At a following court appearance, Williams had
He was still
something
able to
share
talk.
with the
What was the
judge
purpose of
and
that?
cameras.
Freedom of speech, no duct tape with the hashtag.
Aside from all the interruptions, the judge can hand down Williams' sentence.
You face the potential maximum consecutive sentence of 134 years.
Goodness. 134 years. Pack it up, sir. You ain't getting out.
I ordered a 24-year sentence.
After Williams received a 24-year prison sentence, the judge later apologized for the duct tape and threw out that sentence. He then appointed a new judge, where she sentenced him to 33 years behind bars.
So, So he had got 134 years to 23 years. 30-something years? Goodness, sir.
This is Martez Abram, who is convicted on 2 counts of murder for the killings of 2 Walmart employees in South Haven, Mississippi. Abram had worked at the Walmart but was faced with a suspension after he apparently had a knife on him in the store. The day he was suspended, he returned to the store with multiple weapons and opened fire, killing store managers Anthony Brown and Brandon Gales.
He was laying on the ground with his eyes open. And I ran up to him and I looked at him. I said, Anthony, honey, please say KC one more time.
He also shot an officer who survived due to his bulletproof vest.
Once I got out of my vehicle, I heard gunshots and I felt the pressure of the bullet hit my back.
He was arrested on site. Now in court, Abram admits to all crimes.
That's you, isn't it, sir?
Yes.
Look at it, please, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Gale is on the floor going down at this point, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay, and that's you shooting him, right?
Yes.
Is he a little slow? I don't mean to say it like that. No offense to the people, but he just seemed a little off, like he on them pills or something.
Look at the screen, sir.
Yes.
That's you shooting him?
Yes.
Can you admit that you shot him in cold blood?
Yes.
You shot him again, didn't you?
Yes.
After that, you went back to the toilet paper aisle, didn't you?
Yes.
This is one of the victim's wife delivering a victim impact statement.
You took Anthony from me on the exact day 20 years earlier that we had our first date.
And now this is when the judge will decide Abram's fate.
In count 1, I will sentence you to death. Count 2, you will be sentenced to death. In count 3, you will be sentenced to life in the penitentiary.
As Abram hears that he will be receiving the death penalty, he stands silently, where he now sits on death row awaiting his execution. This is Erica Butts and Shanita Cunningham. They were both charged with homicide by child abuse in Somerville, South Carolina. Butts, who was best friend...
Hold up. I heard about this. I heard about this case. Due to the unfortunate circumstances. Shout out to the city, though. Shout out to South Carolina. Stand up, baby. That's where we from. You dig? Other than this,
friends with the child's mother.
we don't condone them. They not part of the South Carolina crew.
was supposed to be caring for the toddler for 2 weeks. The child was only 3 years old. She died from her injuries, reflecting weeks of torture.
Yeah,
a time
I heard
frame
about
that
this.
matched the time she had spent with Butts and her lover at the time, Cunningham.
What must have been the excruciating sounds that came from that child is more than disconcerting to this court.
After both women were found guilty, the judge now hands down their sentence.
The court finds it appropriate that each be sentenced to the State Department of Corrections for a period of life.
They were just sentenced to life in prison.
As they should. As they should.
Butts and Cunningham are reportedly
I heard about
at
that,
separate
though.
prisons serving their life sentences. This is Keith Ferguson from Kalkaska, Michigan. He was set to court for 12 felony counts, including kidnapping and murder. Ferguson, who was 40 at the time, was engaged in a divorce argument with his wife, Tiffany Ferguson, when he began to suddenly beat her, followed by fatally shooting her in front of their 4 children. He then hauled the children over to Tiffany's parents' house, where he fatally shot his father-in-law. After fleeing the scene, Ferguson stormed a nearby house, taking the owner hostage, and barricaded himself inside the home. After a
what bro
7-hour
got going
standoff,
on?
Ferguson was arrested.
Defendant has already murdered multiple people, and fled, and has taken hostages.
During Ferguson's court appearance, his attitude and remorse towards the situation baffled everyone.
All right, Mr. Ferguson, can I get you to stand up there at the podium, please? All right, I need to have you raise your right hand for me. Okay, all right.
Pull me back from my
Okay, stop.
At his sentencing, Tiffany's best friend gives a victim impact statement, saying she always felt that Keith would hurt his wife.
I knew one day he would kill her. She would always reply, "He loves his kids too much. He won't kill me. He loved them so much, he murdered their mother and grandfather."
When asked about his children, Ferguson never desired to see or speak to them again. The judge responded by saying,
"You may not meet the clinical definition of insanity, but there's clearly something fundamentally wrong with you."
Ferguson was given a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
I see y'all in hell.
This is Randall Moore.
I'm not saying there's something wrong with that with him. I'm not gonna call him crazy, but there's something doo-doo up there.
He is facing 3 life sentences for crimes against his former wife, Therese Ann Lynch. Lynch had left her husband and filed a protective order against him. This resulted in more kidnapping and killing his estranged wife. Officer Todd Rowland responded to the cries from the apartment, where he was then shot and wounded.
Okay, 303 Adams been hit, officer down. Suspect's armed with 20 shells. Advises nobody come to the door as he will shoot again.
Shortly after, Moore had a phone call with a 911 dispatcher. Listen as he explains his motives.
I didn't want to do any of this. Okay. But I'm telling you, all I wanted was my son. I just wanted to see my 7-month-old baby. That's all I cared about.
Not long after, Moore surrendered, and for Officer Rowland, he underwent surgery for his hand. As the verdict is read out, Moore gives nothing but a slight nod.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of murder in the first degree. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of kidnapping in the first degree. Guilty of sexual abuse in the first degree. Guilty of attempt to commit murder.
At Moore's sentencing, Lynch's mother gives a victim impact statement.
You did to my daughter, Therese Ann Marie Lynch, was evil, hateful, and despicable. You are now dead and rotting and repulsive to me.
Read the journal she wrote. She hated you.
Thank you, Judge.
She hated you. You're a loser.
Moore refused to apologize for his actions, saying he had no remorse for what happened.
And I'll tell you point blank, I have not 1 ounce of remorse for Therese Ann's death. It could have all been prevented. All you had to do is let me see my kid. Now you're never going to see her again.
But now comes the judge.
Hey, he a wicked guy,
Anybody didn't
man.
know what a piece of work you were before you start talking, they know it now. The court doesn't allow me to punish you any more than I'm doing now. If I could, I would.
Moore was given a total of 3 life sentences plus 25 years for the attempted murder. This is David Ranta. He spent
Pack
22
him up.
years behind bars for a murder he did not commit. In Brooklyn, New York,
For one thing, look at Big Bro. Whatever they say he did. Simple.
Ranta was arrested by Detective Louis Scarcella. Ranta was put in a police lineup run by Scarcella and was identified as the shooter. But decades later, reportedly, the key witness revealed that the detective had provided him with a description of whom to pick in the lineup. There was no physical evidence linking Ranta to the killing, and the evidence presented to the jury was allegedly fabricated. Ranta was then convicted and sentenced to 37.5 years to life in prison. But after spending over 2 decades in prison, the former witnesses admitted that they were pressured into testifying against Ranta. And now, this is the moment his conviction gets thrown out.
Mr. Brandon, to say that I'm sorry for what you have endured would be an understatement and grossly inadequate, but I say it to you anyway. The defendant's motion to vacate the judgment of conviction is granted.
That's crazy.
After his handcuffs
2
were
decades?
removed, he hugged his family.
Come
With
on,
all he
man.
owned thrown over his back, he walks out
That's
a
crazy.
free man. After
20
his release,
years?
he reportedly
Yeah, that
received
man-
$2 million
Okay,
from the
I was
state
about
and
to
a
say.
$6.4 million settlement from the city of New York.
Ooh-wee. As
This
he
is
should.
Diana Lovejoy. She used to be married to Greg Mulvihill living in Carlsbad, California, but soon their marriage fell apart and they divorced. After a messy divorce and lots of legal trouble, it ended with the court ordering Diana to pay $120,000 to Greg for his stake in their family house. The court also ordered that she must share custody of their son. Diana became furious about hearing the court orders, so she planned to kill her ex-husband by teaming up with her boyfriend, Weldon McDavid.
Come on now, brother. I'm disappointed in you now. You know better than that.
Greg was shot in the torso, but luckily the bullet didn't hit his heart and he survived. Both McDavid and Diana conspired to murder, and the court has sufficient evidence against them.
It's so painful that some people in this world seem to think that I would have it in me to do this.
Interestingly, she fainted in court. She lowered her head down toward the defense table for a few seconds.
Verdict. We, the jury, find the defendant, Diana Jean Lovejoy, guilty of the crime of an attempted murder of Greg Mulvihill.
And right when you hear guilty, you hear a thud.
Guilty of the crime of conspiracy to commit murder.
It silenced the courtroom, aside from hearing her family cry in the background.
We're gonna need to take a break.
She then is brought onto the floor. And when medics bring her out, she still appears to be passed out. But doctors later found out she had only fainted. Weldon McDavid received 50 years to life in prison because he was the one that pulled the trigger. And Diana was sentenced to 26 years to life in prison.
I mean, that brother look old.
This is Bass
That's a
Webb,
life
who has been
sentence.
charged with 2 counts of attempted murder in Lexington, Kentucky. You can see on this security camera, Webb tries to run over 2 employees at a jail he recently served time at. Now, at his first court appearance, the judge is about to remove herself from the trial because she knew the 2 employees.
There's no way I'm going to try this case or have any further proceedings where I have to see you for one further second.
And now Webb is about to shock the courtroom. He just spit on the judge. The judge wipes the spit off and then kicks him out of the courtroom. Turns out Webb has a very dark past. When he was behind bars, he was charged for the murder of 2 different girlfriends. He was found guilty of the killing of the first girlfriend. Now he's on trial for the second. Webb showed up to court with a tattoo on his head that listed people he wanted to kill. At the bottom was 3 rats crossed out. During the trial, Webb showed no remorse and the jury found him guilty. The judge sentenced Webb to life in prison for his crimes. This is
He must
Kenya
have already
Gamut,
knew.
who is charged.
He must have already knew. Pack him up. But yeah, listen, we're not gonna watch this whole video, guys. We're just gonna watch Camilla, or however you say her name. And then we're gonna go to the next video.
With the murder of her boyfriend in Jackson, Mississippi. Reportedly, the attack happened during an argument between the two individuals and ended with the boyfriend being violently stabbed to death. Gamut was arrested on first-degree murder charges. In court, Gamut would claim her murder was in self-defense and her boyfriend was attacking her. But in the end, she was found guilty of murder.
The way I was portrayed, mostly everything was lies. There was a little bit of truth, but mostly I was convicted off of lies.
We now move into the sentencing, where Gamut reportedly kept interrupting the judge.
You're gonna shut your mouth or I'm gonna have some duct tape put on it.
With Gamut showing no remorse, the judge had some final words.
You stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed until he was dead. I agree with the family. I hope you die in prison as well. You know, if this was a death penalty state, you'd be getting the chair.
In the end, Gamut was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
That's crazy, man. There's some crazy people out here, man, to say the less.